So apparently carrying a pocket knife or a multi-tool just isn't enough in hipster culture. You need an axe. Preferably a Scandinavian forest axe to strap onto your back, apparently. And then when someone asks you, why are you carrying an axe, you answer, why aren't you? And then, on any given night, you might drop in on the place that our partners at Bell Local dropped in on. Here's what Sheldon Neal found.
All right, everyone, let's get to it. Historically, the throwing axe is an axe used as a missile weapon. But tonight, the axe, we turn the page and it becomes the focus of sport. Where did this concept come from?
It really just started with a trip to a cottage back in 2006 with a couple of buddies. It was bad weather, not a whole lot going on, and a friend of mine, a buddy named Nishan, pulled out a hatchet and just taught me how to throw, and we ended up spending most of our time that weekend throwing axes.
How long have you been throwing axes for?
I've been throwing for over 2.5 years.
Okay.
When I got here, I got to tell you, I was a little bit nervous. Everybody who throws here, you kind of get around people who are throwing axes and you think, wow, they throw sharp objects, they're pretty hectic, they're pretty intense. It turns out that they're not. It's actually a really huge family vibe going on here. You get to know people, form real bonds with people. You know, it's a good time. There's something about your axe just sticking in the wood, regardless of whether or not it's in the bullseye or not, on your first try. And you're just like, yeah, this is awesome.
What kind of size axes are you guys throwing? I see sizes of all different colors, shapes, not necessarily shapes, but definitely sizes.
Well, the standard axe that we use is about 1.5 feet in length, and that's for our hatchet that we throw competitively. For the big axe, for the tiebreaker, it's a 24-inch handle, so it's going to be a lot heavier. It's going to be a lot more of a two-handed throw.
Yeah! How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this almost 3 years, since we started the Wednesday Night League.
Why throw axes on an evening night, a weekday night?
It's like darts, but on steroids, right? Take it up a notch. Anybody can throw darts, shoot pool, bocce ball, whatever. This is the next level up.
Oh! Boom! Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice. Success. I gotta ask, this championship wall, what is this about?
Every year we throw 5 seasons each night of the week.
Nice.
So we keep track of the winner of each one of those seasons. So that's the last name of whoever won each season throughout the year.
So what's it gonna take for me, I know it's my first time, to get up there, besides a lot of practice? A miracle? Come on, bullseye. Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Yes! Nice! Woo!
Oh, the miracle of editing. There's just no way that he could have thrown that the first time and gotten the bullseye. I had so much more I need to ask about this. So before he swings it at his late night spot, we're joined now from Matt Wilson here, who has brought the very first weapon to appear on our set. Please don't destroy it.
No, absolutely not. It's pretty indestructible. It's been beaten pretty badly.
Yeah, it's got duct tape on it. That's Canadian.
It's got some nice chips out of it.
So what's the technique here? I mean, I've split a little wood in my time, not a lot, but
when you're throwing, the main thing you want to focus on is just get a nice solid grip.
Carefully, the table's glass.
A nice solid grip on the handle, no thumb, no finger, just like that.
Right.
And then your main focus is, you can do 2 hands as well, same thing, 2 hands just holding from one spot of the handle instead of 2 different spots.
Yeah.
And the main focus you want to do is just pull straight up over your head, try and keep that elbow in front of your face, and you're just coming straight down.
Keep your elbow straight?
Elbow up here instead of out here.
Oh, okay, so it's not like a side ball. It's
no,
like,
you want to make sure keep it as straight as possible so that blade is straight with the grain of the wood, and just follow through. Let it go straight in front and follow through. That's the ticket.
Now, usually, in darts, I can do okay first time out. What's it like with axe throwing?
We're at the point now where we're pretty experienced, and our coaches, myself included, can get just about anybody throwing an axe successfully in about 5 minutes.
So is it always hatchets, or?
We throw hatchets for our main competition, but if you and I were having a match, and let's say we had a tiebreaker, we had a tie.
Oh, you pull out the killer.
This guy is the guy that we would be throwing from a little ways farther back.
Okay, and then I guess, different torque, different, all that.
It's the same principles. The only thing we do with this guy, if you're going to throw 2 hands, which is what we recommend, you just stagger your hands like this. So your lead hand, I'm right-handed, my right hand is on top. Same principle, straight up over your head, straight forward, lean in and follow through. And this one, when we throw this, is a sudden death situation. No pun intended.
Okay, yeah, let's hope not. So are you ever encouraged to bring in pictures of your bosses to put in the targets? Or
You know what? We actually have had a few people do that, and it's pretty hilarious. Some good bachelor parties and bachelorette parties where we've had the
I don't want to know whose picture's on the target of that one. So I mean, this is a thing. I mean, we see a lot of people carrying around axes. Is there a market for equipment? Is there, other than what you normally use axes for?
What we've found, there's definitely an axe culture happening in North America. There's some companies out there that are doing really beautiful axes. One of our friends, a guy from Base Camp X, does really beautiful axes for use and also just for decoration. They're just gorgeous and really well made. And there's a lot of cool stuff that those guys provide. For us, we use just the most basic hatchet because it's going to get beat up.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to go out and spend $300 and then have it break.
So I have to ask you. I mean, I can understand liquor and darts, but did the liquor guys have what did they say when you said, yeah, we want to combine like beer and axes?
Well, the way it works is that we're actually insured for alcohol consumption on the site.
Right.
We don't provide the alcohol, but we have our own rules about what's allowed and what's not allowed. So we strictly limit it to just beer and cans.
Right.
And that's it.
And keep it down.
Keep it down, yeah.
All right.
And because we're not providing it and our landlord is okay with it, as well as our insurance policy covering it, then we're okay to kind of...
Must be doing okay because you're opening up your second location in a couple of weeks in Toronto.
That's right. It's super terrifying / exciting.
Any startup is, trust me.
Yeah.
All right.
So 16 lanes opening up on Cherry Street, just off of Cherry Street in December.
It's like bowling with an edge. Matt Wilson, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care.
Right on.
All right, so with an axe nearby, the urge for a bad pun is just too great to resist. Coming up next, while the Harper government wants to axe any hope of anyone finding out what those folks in government pin to one another. We'll be right back.